Our parish secretary, Rob, was sick this week. We did get Beatrice in, who was retired, so at least we got the bulletin out. Unfortunately, we didn't get the digital electronic copy sent out. Now, in particular, Father Pat wrote a letter regarding the expenditures for the excavation work for the school playing field. Basically, we're dealing with an old infrastructure, and I'm not sure if the pipes were cast iron, but like Vancouver, dealing with hundreds of miles of cast iron that are literally corroding and blowing out. Our pipe failed. It flooded Alberta. I'm not sure if we have any liability with regard to the storefronts or houses down there. I don't think we do. But nevertheless, it's our responsibility to fix it. They estimated originally about $12,000. And as they dug, the deeper it got, the worse they recognized the pipes were. It ended up being about $36,000. And so this was not money wasted, it was money we had to put out. And so basically we're going to have to find where we're going to put it in the budget. Father Pat went down to Vancouver on Tuesday. There was a funeral on Wednesday for Father Norman Birch. He came back Wednesday night. Thursday and Friday he was quite sick. And Friday he went into Paul River Hospital, and it was going to take 3 days to get the COVID test because there were 80 patients ahead of him. So he thought nuts to this, and he went and paid for a private or instant test. So within about 15 minutes, the results came back positive. So I believe he's got that Omicron. And yesterday I was extremely upset at the morning mass. I was worried about him. And thank God he's only got flu-like symptoms. And the reason is that both of us have had all triple shots. Now, I've talked to parishioners, and just this morning, this well-known woman said the wife got COVID from the husband, but she had triple shots. He had none. He ended up in hospital for 6 weeks and losing 45 pounds. And then he had long hauler syndrome, which meant brain fog and all sorts of other things, precisely because he did not have his shots. And he infected his wife. Now, it's an amazing thing in this parish. Roughly speaking, there are 12 anti-vaxxers, anti-maskers. They're the people in the hall. And they're stopping at least 36, maybe up to 60 parishioners from coming to church because they're afraid of getting infected by these people. This is not fair. This is not just. Now, last night I got an email from one of them who claimed COVID is caused by the immunization, by the vaccination. Are you stupid? Last year, when we had almost 500 people in North Vancouver die in old folks' homes, they were infected by nurses who went to various nursing homes. We didn't have vaccines then. It took months for the vaccines to come out. It didn't cause COVID. Did the vaccines cause the Spanish flu to turn a century? Did the vaccines cause polio? This is absurd. Now, it is true that even with Father having 3 shots, Omicron can cut through and give you flu-like symptoms, but won't kill you. And that's the difference. So excuse me for being a little bit vehement, but as I said yesterday, Father Pat is a father, I'm a father, and we have to look after this family. And when we've got disobedient people that are dangerous, there's got to be action taken. I can't see us getting up from behind COVID for a while. If this thing keeps mutating, we might deal with it for another year or two. So we're going to have to be very careful with our protocols. And the last thing I would say is this. I chewed parishioners out at the morning mass yesterday. I was a little bit too vehement, and I'm sorry for that. But on Friday, the anti-vaxxers were with ordinary parishioners, face to face, toe to toe, no mask at the entrance to the church. We've already been warned by Protestant ministers that they'll call the cops on us. And with what I said about Father Pat being infected, I can't put up with that. I can't have parishioners deliberately infecting one another. They'll shut us down. They'll shut us down. You want that to happen? You're lucky I'm here in the rectory to help Pat while he's sick. Otherwise, he couldn't say these masses this weekend. You know? For me to be, in the rectory is a good thing for this parish. But for heaven's sake, don't take stupid risks. Let us pray.